Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and you guys, I'm so excited for today's video. Okay, we're gonna dive into so many things Fenty. I have things that are new, I have things that are not new, I have things that are random, like I don't care. I just wanted to bring you all of this new Fenty love and like some things I'm Fenty not love, and I really just wanted to go through it. I'm gonna go through this look, how I got here, what I used, what I think, all of that. So let's go ahead. We're just really gonna dive in first. Now, if you are new here, hello, hi, welcome. Or if you haven't been here in a minute and you're like, Paige's skin is looking different, the lighting looks different, anything like that, definitely go ahead and check out the video. I'm gonna link right here. It is a get ready with me. And in that video, I talk about like what's going on with my skin lately. Things are changing, so my skin is going to look different. I'm also working with some camera settings. I talk about that a little bit in there as well. So if you haven't seen that video, it will explain why it may or may not look a little bit different right now. I did check the viewfinder, it's looking pretty good, but if it changes or things go in and out just a little, I want you guys to have that reference in case you need it. So let's go ahead and dive into the first thing on the docket. Well, I guess the first two things. So we have the Christmas collection right here. This is the Aqua something metallic set, and then this is the Kilowatt foil freestyle highlighting palette. Now these are both a part of the Christmas collection, and I was really surprised that I ended up getting these, you guys. I'm gonna be completely honest. Nothing about the Christmas collection at first was really like calling to me. I wasn't obsessed. I wasn't excited. I just wasn't feeling it. And that's because it had a lot of like metallic lips, metallic eye, metallic crayon things. And that is not my jam. It's nothing against it. Nothing against it if it's your thing. I just think for me, I always look ridiculous when I wear like a metallic lip. I've tried. I'm just not cool enough to pull it off. Like there are people that can wear it and look so good. And then there's me. And I feel like I look like a 60-year-old trying to pull a metallic, and it looks like I'm trying to be young when like I'm clearly an old cat lady. That's the vibe I get. So for me, that was not so much my jive, but I did end up getting these after a lot of deliberation. And you guys, I'm gonna be honest because there should be no shame in my game. It's the packaging. I felt so intrigued, so obsessed, and so in love with everything about this. Now I have to read the shade names, so mine are all upside down right now, but in the picture that you guys will see, I did a clip insert for you. This is just so stunning. So I do want to talk about these two things real quick, and then we're gonna obviously dive into my look and what I think of both of these items, what I like, what I don't, all that fun stuff. So let's go ahead and dive into this one first. This is the Avalanche All Over Metallic Powder Set. It is $99. You get 7 little metallic powdery shades in there, and they range a bunch of different colors. Now, if you're looking at it from the top down, you are looking at Ice Cream, February, Glacier Gang, Brain Freeze, Raspberry Rave, Foxy, and Cleopatra. Now, these are all supposed to be metallic shades, metallic powders, and be really over the top. And when I look at this, that's what I envision. I envision these being like, holy crap, one swipe, crazy pigment, crazy colors, super shiny, really like that nice metallic finish. And I was like, okay, well, as I'm swatching them, and when this came in, this is the first thing I played with. I was like, yep, tearing this bad boy apart, like getting my fingers in there. I'm getting stuff everywhere because these are loose powder pigments. I'm getting in there and I'm having a good time doing it. That is my thing. Like, I love it. Don't you love it when you get something new in the mail and you're just like, the first thing you do is you tear it apart and you just like put your fingers in it. You're like a 3-year-old with that brand new tub of Play-Doh. Don't act like you don't. Or Floam. Oh my God. Okay, pause. Go to the comments. Who remembers what Floam is? Because seriously, my little kid heart just like died a little bit in sand back when they had that weird sand stuff. Oh my God, you guys. I was that kid. So anyways, back to this. Here I was sitting like expecting this metallic thing, really expecting to fall in love, quite frankly, because I know that one of the things Rihanna is so good at, Fenty is so good at, is stuff like this. Beautiful packaging, stuff that's really beautiful, really well thought out, really inclusive, like for shades of people, shades of products, shades of this, undertones of that. Very inclusive type of product. That's what she always comes out with. And so for me, when I went to swatch these the first time, I went to swatch them again today, I was really disappointed, and I hate to say it, but you guys, there are shades in here I just do not like. I've tried again and again and again to love them. I've been playing with these on and off camera, and there are certain shades in here, like the shade February, the purple shade. I'm not obsessed with that. It's more of like a satin finish, and that's the thing. Like here, I guess I should clarify that. For me, it's not so much that they're not good. It's not that they don't work. It's that I want metallic finish. If I'm gonna go through all the trouble of getting out a pigment like this, grabbing for me me a glitter glue or whatever it is that you use to adhere it to your lid. But if I'm gonna go through all that trouble, like I want full on metallic, beautiful, sexy payoff. And again, I just didn't get that from like half of the shades. The purple shade February was one of them. The shade Ice Cream, which I'm wearing on my lid, didn't do it for me at all. We'll get into that here in a little bit. The shade Cleopatra was okay, but I had to really build it up for it to even show up on camera. But then there were other shades, like the blue one, Glacier Gang. Loved that shade. The more coppery shade, Foxy, that one was stunning. Like some of these were so freaking beautiful and metallic and like sexy, but then the other ones weren't. And I was like, okay, well, how about this? I could just recommend the ones that I recommend, the ones that I really love and stand behind and think they're great. The only problem is that evidently you can only buy it like this. And that really shocked me because we all know like Fenty is a really conscious brand, whether it's like socially conscious of, again, like all different colors and spectrums and textures and this and that, just a very conscious brand in general. So I was really shocked when the only way to buy a seven different colors is all in one for $100. The option to buy them separately wasn't even in there because originally I was just gonna say I would buy these, I wouldn't buy these, but for $100, I wouldn't recommend that you buy this entire kit. And I was really kind of bummed about that. And I was like, okay, maybe it's just me. We'll move on. But then I went ahead and I opened up this Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighting Palette. Now this is $54. And again, I am reading off of the Rihanna website. It says this is a limited edition palette of 7 all new hyper metallic Kilowatt foil highlighters in a range of frost inspired shades designed to make all skin tones pop. So yet again, really acknowledging all skin tones, having a good old time. And you can see from all the swatches that they are really beautiful. Here's my issue with this one, you guys. There's nothing in here that I can use as a super pasty person. There's only one shade in here, 2 shades maybe that are light enough for me. And they're both these 2 shades right in here. One is like a super ultraviolet, like iridescent-y shade. And then the other one is like a light lavender shade. Even the one in the dead center is too dark for me. And you'll see that in the close-up. That was the one I was trying to put on my skin, but it casts so harsh. I don't even know if you can see it because it just casts so harsh. It looks more like a shadow on my skin than anything else. And I have tried applying these on top of different foundations, on top of different things, different this, different that, pairing them with other products. I have really tried to use this palette and you guys, it's too dark for me. Now, just because it doesn't work for me doesn't mean it won't work for anyone. I do think that this would work for a lot of skin tones. Like honestly, all of these 3 right here, if you are a light, medium, all the way through a deep skin tone, I think that there would be something beautiful for you in this palette, just not for me. And that's just because I don't really like, you know, I don't want my only option in a palette like this where there's 7 pans. I don't want my only option to be ultraviolet. Like that to me is just weird. Like if I wouldn't purchase a palette just for that use. Now I can speak to the quality of these. They are beautiful. They are blendable. They are sexy. They like, oh my God, her formula. I don't even know how many of her little duo highlighters. I've got a ton of them. They are so stunning. I love using these as eyeshadows. I love using those individual compacts as eyeshadows. They are so freaking stunning, you guys. I'm crazy about them. So it's nothing against the formula. It's nothing against that. I was just really bummed that like, as far as an actual highlighting palette, it's not something I could use. Now, as far as like a more avant-garde eye type palette, like something I would definitely put on the eyes, hell yes, absolutely. I'm wearing 2 of these shades on my eyes right now. This is a great palette, but marketed only for my eyes. Would I purchase it for $54? Probably not. You know what I mean? Like it does have a purpose. So then I went through and as I was again looking at these, playing with them, swatching them, I was like, wait a second. Are these oddly similar in colors to what's offered in this guy right here? And they are. Like there's that pop of blue, there's the orange one, like a reddish toned one, a deep toned one. Like there's a couple colors that are a little bit similar. So I will insert it right here. I did go ahead and swatch both of these next to each other for you so you can see what comes in the palette versus what comes in the pigments if you wanted to maybe pick one or the other up, or you just wanted to see them next to each other in general. That swatch is there for you. So if it were me, and I were to want to pick up one of these, like say I really like them, yes, I would honestly, I would go with this one. It's half the price or, you know, just over half the price. But in my opinion, it is not only easier to use, but it will be more payoff, more consistency, more reflectability than this one. I think that they're both okay. I'm just so disappointed that these shades were not offered individually, that I wasn't a big fan of all of them. Like out of 7 shades, say it's $100, and out of these 7 shades, if I don't like even 2 or 3 of them, And it's not that I don't like them, it's that the finish wasn't enough for me. I could get the finish of those colors out of any ordinary palette and just be like, bleh, whatever, not a big deal. And it's nothing special, you know, at that point, you know what I mean? So for me, it's not that they were so much a flop, it's that aspects of them were kind of a flop. I do really like this one. I will definitely use it again on my eyes. Just, it's kind of a bummer I couldn't use it on my skin, but that does happen, and at least it works for a lot of other skin tones. So I'm okay with it because it will work for a lot of people. It's just for me personally, because I'm so fair, it didn't work. So with that done, that leads me into something that was actually released a couple of months ago, but I've never talked about. This is the tiny little diamond collection or set that she launched, and you guys, I was really impressed with these. Not so much like an on my face moment, but again, just how beautiful and stunning and like glittery and sexy this was. So this one right here is the Diamond Bomb, and this is an all over diamond veil. It is $38, and it is defined as a one-of-a-kind diamond dusted highlight that applies like a 3D glitter veil, delivering pure show-stopping sparkle all over the face and body. And here's what I'm gonna say about this highlight. I think that it is beautiful. I think that I do have a clip of me putting it on, which I can insert here as to what I am wearing on my face. I tried wearing it alone over on this side of my face, over on my right side, and you guys, I didn't love the way that it looked by itself on my skin. It's not that it was ugly, it's that for me, I'm just not a big fan of a glitter highlight, no matter how hard I try. It just doesn't do it for me. It wasn't a thick enough glitter veil. If it would have even been a little bit more opaque or a glitter that was suspended in some color, I probably could have been okay with it, but I wasn't, and it didn't work. So then I went ahead and, per usual, I grabbed my Ofra highlight in the shade Star Island, and on the other cheek, I went in and I applied the Star Island highlight, a little base of that, and then I put the Fenty over top of it, and that was absolutely stunning, super blinding. So I went through and I did that on the rest of my face, and this combo together is super, super beautiful. So I think for me, if I was to wear this Diamond Bomb on my face, I definitely need something underneath of it just to give me that solid like shimmer base down, because that's my preferred look. Now, if you really love like a good glitter highlight, this is stunning. It's reflective. It's great. The packaging is so freaking cute, and I really, really enjoy it. And I think that it's right on trend with her line, and everything else that she's releasing. I don't have an issue with it. It's just, again, for me to wear it alone didn't work, but layered on top of honestly pretty much any highlight, I would imagine, it's going to add like extra shine and sparkle and dimension. Now on the body, I don't see it being an issue, because what's beautiful about this is actually the way that it veils. I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger right here, and it actually goes on in such a way that it feels so soft and oily, and I don't even know if you'll be able to see it from that distance with these lights, but it veils the skin in such a beautiful, like, fine glitter that feels like it's suspended in an oil, that when you apply it to like your body or your arm, like the other day I was messing around and I put it on my collarbone, and like I put it on like my thigh, just trying to see how it would like rub onto the skin, and it feels so nice and so comfortable, and it doesn't like flake away and rub away or anything like that. It actually stays put really, really nicely. So as a highlight, I love it, but for me, just for me personally, I like to have it over something if it's on the face, that's all. But it is beautiful. Now I also want to jump into this guy right here. This is the Gloss Bomb. It is the Diamond Milk, which is a shimmering pearl. I am wearing it over a lipstick on my lips right now. This is so amazing. If you are ever in the market for a gloss, you guys, oh my God, I don't know what this girl does to her gloss bombs, whether it's this one or the original Gloss Bomb. Oh my word. Like her original Gloss Bomb, dare I say, in my top favorite 5 glosses of all time. Seriously, like the formula is unbeatable. They have a way, and even this one is doing it right now. I have been wearing this gloss, and I have a severe issue with feathering, bleeding, running, gooping, like everything that can go wrong with a gloss goes wrong with me and glosses. I have been filming with this on, talking and everything for a million years. Like, well, okay, realistically, I've been wearing this for at least an hour right now, because I was getting stuff set up and blah, blah, blah. And normally by now, my gloss would start running and feathering and just being like a real puss and really just tapping out of the game. This gloss, oh no, girl. She went on, she was beautiful, luminescent, sexy, and the glosses, whether it's this one or the original, they last so long on your lips. They look beautiful, and the tube lasts so long because you need such a little amount to look just so beautiful and so pouty and so sexy. And the more that I talk about it, the more that I'm just like, should I add like a little bit more even though I don't need it? Yeah, hello. Oh my God. just, oh my God. And the same smell as the original. Like, you guys, I am obsessed with this. Can you see? Like, can you feel? Look at that right there. Bam. Ooh, yes. I love this so much. If you were to pick up anything, like, I don't care what it is, you need this, you need the original in your life. It is $18, which is definitely right on brand for like a standard price point for a really good gloss. And I'm telling you, if this, like, I'm just gonna throw it out there, if this was $35, I would still buy it. This is one of the best glosses. This one, the original, whatever your personal aesthetic is, the original has like a more neutral undertone to it. It's so beautiful. It's literally perfect for everyone. I love it. I love this one just as much. This one is a little bit more showy because it does have that like more reflective white reflectant in it. So if it's a little more showboaty, if that's not your thing, you won't like this formula. But as far as comparing it to the original, same formula, same texture, same scent, same everything, just a little brighter with some more of that classic white reflect in there. It is so good. So I have a couple things left to go through before I tell you what is on my face right now. These are the 3 other colors that she released in her Stunna lip paints. Oh my word, you guys, I am obsessed with this formula. I love her lip formula. It is super beautiful. It is opaque. It dries down. It is comfortable. In one coat, you can get so much sexy opacity. Last year, she came out with that cult red. I think it was Mademoiselle, or no, I don't know what the color was, but it was her red one. Girl, it is, do you hear me stutter? I would put this formula like in a group with the Jeffree Star, and we all know how much I love his liquid lipsticks, and these are right up there for me. I am obsessed. These are so worth the money. I'm actually gonna pull up right now. They are $24, and you guys, they are so worth it. Like the packaging, these are a showpiece. You can put these out. Look at how they like catch the light, how they reflect, how they're like, oh yes, girl, like I'm coming for you. I'm gonna make you happy. I love the applicator on these things. I love everything about these liquid lipsticks. So I obviously had to like include these in this video. I had to swatch them for you. They are the shades Uncuffed, Unveil, and Unbutton. And then I also went ahead and I let them dry down so you could see what they looked like as a matte color as well. Still beautiful, still really nice. I am wearing the shade Unveil, which is this nice dark matte brown color. Totally not a color I would normally gravitate towards, you guys. Like, this is so deep for what I would normally wear. That's why I went with the eye I went with today. But I really wanted to wear that lip color, and I wanted to put this gloss over top of it, and I love it. And her liquid lipstick formula is one of the only liquid lipsticks I can put on and put a gloss over top and not have it get like super gunky or goopy or weird. That, yet again, her formula in her liquid lipsticks is so light and airy, but so saturated with pigment at the same time that I just find that it's so easy to wear. It lasts so long, and like overall, these are like going to stay out in my permanent, fabulous, sexy looking collection. And like, how could you not want that to sit out? Like, how beautiful is that? I'm sorry, I love these. Now, I'm sure at this point you guys are wondering, like, Paige, what else could you possibly talk about? This guy right here, this is her little precision beauty sponge thing. I have a clip of it when it is dry. I also have a clip of it when it is wet, so you can see that it does grow, I would say about 50%. But what is really magical about this, I actually used it today. This is so soft. Like soft on a level that I was like, oh, this won't be anything special. And I honestly just thought, I'm going to be honest, I was like, I'm about ready to overpay for a beauty sponge. Yep, it's about to happen for the first time ever, because I've always been a big fan of the Morphe and the Real Technique and the Real Technique complexion sponge and like all of those. I'm like, here I go, I'm going to overpay. I love this. Like, this is so soft. It pressed my foundation into my skin in such an amazingly beautiful way. I haven't seen it press this nicely in such a long time. And you guys know I've actually been having issues with my foundation. I've been having issues with my texture. And so today, when I went in with this Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, I was so impressed at how beautiful this applied. When I first used this, granted it was back when my skin was a lot oily, or a lot more oily than it is now, and I couldn't use this, but it didn't apply nearly as smooth and as beautiful as it did today with this sponge. And then I was like, okay, maybe it's just the foundation, maybe it's just, you know, what's going on, not a big deal. So then I went in with my Tarte Shape Tape and I used this to conceal. And lately my Tarte Shape Tape has been looking a skosh texturizing and like a little dry, which is just because, again, my skin isn't as oily as it was. It's still beautiful. I still love it. I still wear it. It's still great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not turning on my Tarte Shape Tape. Not yet. But you guys, this sponge blended it all out, blended the two products together. Everything looked seamless and radiant and beautiful and sexy and just like, what is going on. I have never, let me rephrase. I don't think I've ever felt so strongly about such an expensive sponge. If you wanted to splurge on a special sponge, I love this. Do I think you need to? No, there's a lot of really good ones at the drugstore, but for the first time in my life, I don't regret spending more than $8 on a sponge because this is so good. My only issue with it is that it comes to a blunted edge right here, which is probably more for like the precision bake lines on the side of the face, but I don't like it as much just because it's harder for me to get into that inner quarter and really like work out my concealer under my eye. But other than that, which is totally fine, I can like pinch and pack and make it work. I got this. This is so good. If you want to try it, if you want to test it out, if you're like, you know what, I want to try even switching from like Beauty Blender, or I just want to try another higher end brand, this is so good. I'm also going to tell you right now, this is a game changer for my texture. I feel like it really helped press everything together and really minimized the look of my texture and my fine lines up around my eyes. This was so good. I love this sponge. Oh my God. Like, enough to where I was like, I have to put it in this video. This video that is so random about all this random Fenty stuff, and I have to talk about a sponge because it is so good. All right, so now the time has finally come for you patient, fantastic people to know how I got what I am wearing, why I chose what I am wearing, so on and so forth. Now, the first thing I'm going to preface this with is that in the eyes, I went in with none other than the Huda Beauty Topaz Obsessions palette. I did pick up a couple of these when they launched. I've been playing with them, and this palette is so stinking cute. I love it so much. The quality is so good. The blendability is great. And this is the palette I used today when I wasn't using the little Fenty metallic moments here and there. I used this and it was so nice, so quick, so easy. So let's go ahead and tell you guys what I did on my eyelids because I think you guys probably want to know by now. So out of the Huda Beauty Obsessions palette, I started off with that beautiful medium toned orange in the bottom of the palette. I started with this because I really wanted to just get into that crease, start blending it out, and make sure that everything was good and molded and ready for whatever color I was gonna set on the lids. So I wasn't too specific with this. I just knew that I wanted a nice orange veil on my lid. And then I blended that out on the edges with the yellow shade. It's a beautiful bright yellow mustard. Again, just to complement what I was gonna do on the lid, I just wanted something nice and blended to diffuse the edges of that orange but not overtake the look, but still keep giving me that sunset vibe. And then I went in and I grabbed the shade Ice Cream from the Fenty Beauty Metallic set. I really was attracted to this shade. I loved it, and I knew that out of all the shades I swatched, this was one of the ones I was the most concerned about, so I did want to play with it. So I went ahead and I took that with my Too Faced glitter glue and I packed it on the lid. And you guys, I was super impressed at first. I thought it looked really beautiful. It blended in nice, went on the lid and just like saturated and looked fantastic. So then I was like, oh, okay, you know, I want to try another shade out of this metallic set. So I grabbed the shade Cleopatra and I took that shade on my finger and I tried to pack it on in the center of the very inner corner portion of my eye just to see if I could make it pop a little bit. And to my demise, there was no such luck happening. So when Cleopatra didn't work, I still wanted to find a nice, beautiful pop to put near the inner portion of my eye. And I went ahead and I grabbed the Kilowatt Freestyle palette and I grabbed the nice white lilac shade. And I started packing that really lightly onto the inner portion of my eye. And you guys, it just brightened everything up so fast, so quick, so beautiful. Like no problems at all. It looked so stunning. And after I got that one really going in the inner corner, I was like, okay, I know I'm liking where this is going. So then I grabbed the deep brown shade in the Kilowatt Foil highlight, the Heartburn shade, and I took that and I started packing it on the outer V. I just wanted it to look nice and sultry and sexy, and I really wanted to deepen it up, and I loved this shade. I mean, upon my first stamp with my finger, it looked so good, blended out beautifully. I didn't need to do anything fancy or special with it. It had like a nice satin finish. It wasn't overboard, and it looked so freaking pretty. So then I just took my brush and I finished kind of rounding everything out. But then as I was looking at my eye, I'm like, okay, wait a second, this doesn't look good. That yellow ice cream shade from the metallic set really started to disappear. So I went ahead and I grabbed my finger and I tried to tap a little bit more on. no dice. Still was not giving me that nice, bright, flamboyant pop that it did before. And that is the one thing that I was the most worried about with that metallic set, was that I wouldn't be able to draw out that metallic shimmer, and I was not able to yet again. So I went ahead, I finished up my eyes, and I just blended everything out and added the Star Island highlight to the brow bone, the inner eye, and that was, I pretty much just called it a day after that. I did take a couple, like one or two of the orange shades, work them in the lower lash line, but other than that, I was like, okay, like what else am I supposed to do at this point? Because there really is, for my eyelids, short of going in with that metallic shade with a glitter glue like I did, I don't typically, once I glue them on, have any issue with like that pigmentation, that saturation coming through that makes them look metallic. And I'm telling you, you guys, I was doing everything I could with this little guy, and I could not make it work. And this one in the purple shade, I knew, I could just tell when I swatched them, I was like, I'm gonna have a problem here. This is not gonna work. And for me, unfortunately, that is why this shade on my lid, like you can barely see it there. And at first it was so beautiful and so reflectant, but like it took 10 minutes for all that metallic shine to just like fall off, and I don't know where it went because there was no fallout. I had no issues with that at all, so I have no clue why it wouldn't work. I don't know what happened, but for me, that's why a couple of these were just such a miss. Now from there, I do want to tell you guys, I don't have like clips or anything of it to insert, but if you are wondering what the other stuff is that is on my face, girl, I'm gonna tell you. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning, because this is something I decided I wanted to get better at remembering to tell you, as well as putting it down in the description box. If you guys are curious, that is where it will be, because I want to get better at that, because it's better for you guys and it's better for me. It's better for everyone, really, because you guys deserve to know what I'm using. Hello, rude. So I went ahead and I did prime my skin with the Tatcha Silk Canvas, and I wanted to just press it into the pores, because as my skin has been changing a little bit, I've been having issues through here with the pores. Like, it's been a little bit of a rude situation. I'm working through it, but it's been a minute, so I like that. It works pretty good. It doesn't do exactly what it used to do when I had more oily skin, but it's still doing its thing, and it's looking good. And then on top of that, like I said, I did grab the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, and this is in the shade Mont Blanc, and I love this foundation, the way that it pressed into my skin. I don't know how it's gonna wear as of yet. It's looking a little bit funny, like around here, but as far as like, you know, my new skincare that I'm trying to learn what my face wants now that it's a little bit more normal, not so much oily, it looks really good. Like, this is the nicest I have been able to get my face to look with makeup on in weeks. So I really love it. It's going well. So from there, I went ahead and I grabbed my Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in Porcelain Beige, just a nice, bright, eye-popping color. I needed something that would really elevate the eyes. And again, I've mentioned this in that last Get Ready With Me that I'm gonna link, but I'm not so much right now worried about like 100% coverage, which is why you'll see like little things peeking through. I'm okay with that because I have them, they're there. Like, I'm not gonna ever get rid of all that like acne and discoloration, and that's okay. We all have it, and it's not something I'm ashamed of by any stretch of the imagination. Right now, I'm really but I'm really just emphasizing on like getting the nice, beautiful, glowy aspects back to my skin without looking super duper textured. So that's my main focus. So when I went in with my Tarte, when I went in with my Shape Tape, and everything looked so good. In my mind just now, I was like, when I went in with those sweet tarts, I just started eating them, because God, did I just have a craving for like Smarties and sweet tarts and sugar. But anyways, I went ahead and I put this under the eyes, and it actually looked really nice. Now I did try, and you guys, I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I tried to set it again with the Hourglass Translucent Veil Powder right here. And here's what I'm learning is that my skin in this new moment of discovery does not like me to take any powder and pack it anywhere. It's like not acceptable, cannot do it. I love this powder. I think I'll probably still use it as like a light veil all over my face to set my face. But as far as like taking it with this sponge and like pressing it down, no dice. I immediately had like clumps of texture through here that were just not cute. So it is a great powder. I still stand by it 100%, but like, it just, my face is just like, oh no girl, you're not packing that powder on. No thank you. So then I went ahead and I grabbed some new powders from the drugstore. And if you follow me on Instagram, you already know what's coming. Because you guys, I was talking about all of this stuff on there on Saturday. So if you do not follow me, the link is down in the description. That's where you will see all the sneak peeks. You will take polls. I will ask you guys question after question on there. So definitely follow me on Instagram and Twitter, again, down in the description box. But I tried to set my face with this powder from Physicians Formula. This is the Translucent Multicolored Pressed Powder, and I tried, but it looked so dark on my skin, and I don't know, is this like the right one? Okay, I know that there's multiple powders from Physicians Formula, and I bought them all at the drugstore. I grabbed this one, I grabbed this Mineral Wear Firming something something. I grabbed this one, and then there's another one that I grabbed. So I grabbed 3. 2 of them are in this blue package. One of them was like this. If I still don't have the right pressed powder, please tell me which one it is, because I'm trying them all. They all had really good reviews. This one just seemed a little dark for my skin tone, but while I was at the drugstore, your girl wised up, and I grabbed 2 powders from Revlon, which for some reason I only have this one right in front of me. This is the one I actually ended up using to set the rest of my face. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Translucent Finisher. Holy crap, it actually set my face pretty good. Yet again though, my face doesn't want to be set right now with a beauty blender. I tried to like do what I would normally do and kind of do one of these and set it, and it was actually creating like little pills on my skin, which is crazy. So I went in and I grabbed just a brush, and actually this is the brush I used. The Velvet Luxe 313 from IT Cosmetics. I love this line so much. It's at Ulta. It's so good. And I really just like tapped in here and kind of tapped all over my face to set it, and it worked really well. After that, I didn't have any other issues. Such a good brush, and this powder actually worked really well. So I was like, okay, now that we have the face set, which has been like, that's what I'm trying to figure out the most, is how do I set this mug? I still don't know. But after that, I was like, okay, time for some bronzer. I went in with my Marc Jacobs Tan-Tastic bronzer. I love this stuff. I've been using it lately because here's my rationale, you guys. Is it amazing? Yes. You get this big pan. The color is so good. Like, this is a cult classic bronzer. It sells out all the time. It is so good. Like, Marc Jacobs hit a home run. And the reason I've been using it is because my face has been so inhospitable with all of these other products. I'm like, I need a win. I need something I know I can love and rely on and fall back in love with, fall into faith with, you guys. And this was that for me. So then for blush, I ended up going in with this other little Physicians Formula thing. This is Blushing Peach Powder Palette Multicolored Blush. This was so cute, and I was actually at Rite Aid, and they had a bunch of their Physicians Formula was buy one get one free. So I wanted to try all of these other powders, and I was like, I might as well get this free little blush that's like normally $14 for free. And it's actually really nice, super beautiful, leaves like the most beautiful flush on the face. I really like that. And then per usual, I took my Park Ave Princess palette and I carved out the underside of my eyes for a little bit of added brightness, but not too much because it's powder, obviously. And then for highlight, we've already talked about what I used there, the Ofra Star Island with a little bit of that diamond on top of it. So freaking stunning. You guys, oh, and Superhero Mascara from IT Cosmetics, Morphe Brow Pencil in Java on the brows, and Eden Urban Decay to set the lid. Wow, I'm doing so good today. Lips was the Unveil or whatever from them, and then the topper. That's everything. Oh my God, you guys, I'm so proud of myself. I have been forgetting everything I use like 12 seconds after I use it, and it's because I have been experimenting with so many products. So you guys have been doing such a good job in that video. You left me all of your comments and thoughts on what I could use. Keep leaving them, you guys. I love kind of sifting through and reading and like pulling from you guys. Now, I don't think I said this at the beginning of the video, but if you are new here, welcome. You guys should definitely subscribe if you love me, my personality, and all the fun things, because you guys, I put out new videos 5 days a week. That is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. They go up my time right around 6 a.m., sometime between 6 and 7 usually, and I'm in northern Michigan, so that is as early as like 3 a.m. California time. So it is a good, fun, fresh, lit time, constant videos all the time, 5 days a week, which is great content. On Monday, we always have like a fun vlog, or we bake, or we do something lifestyle related, and then Tuesday through Friday, we really just like dive into the world and makeup and swatching and touching and favorites and empties and like everything you can imagine that comes to products and hair and all that fun stuff. So you guys definitely should subscribe if you are inclined to do so, because it's a good time over here. And I really appreciate all of you guys taking the time to watch and get to know me and get to really just love and enjoy me the way that I have come to love and enjoy you guys. It is seriously such a fun blessing to get to do this and to have people that believe in what I say and my personality as much as you guys do. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome back. Hello everybody. I did it again. Oh, you can probably barely hear it now. I think there's a giant tractor out front. Northern Michigan life. And please do not forget to have a great day. Wait, hold on. Listen. I don't know what that was. Sounded like somebody dropped a fork. So you guys, please do not forget to this. Well, okay. So to start off, I started. Okay. And you guys, on the Unveiled. Wow, sometimes that Northern Michigan hick just really kind of comes out of you, doesn't it? Now you guys, on the lids, I did also go in with the Huda Booty. Booty, 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 rockin' everywhere. Huda, rockin' everywhere. Where? Huda, 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 Huda. Huda. Huda Booty. Huda Booty. No, you the booty. Who got the booty? I don't got the booty. My ass is flat, girl.